There we go. We're back. Session 6 of Fool's Landing, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition, and set in the Forgotten Realms. I'm Jamie. I'm going to be the Dungeon Master today, and we have 5 players actually returning to the Inner Sea in Faerun this evening. And we'll go left to right on my screen. If you guys could just say hello, introduce yourself and your character, and I'll start with you, Rodolfo.
Hi, Jamie. Hi, everyone. I'm Rodolfo from Brazil. I'm playing Ronnie the Halfling Thief, who now is 3rd level and has a lot of hit points.
He's becoming our meatball. That's what we're gonna dub him. If he continues to advance at this rate and roll 6s every level, that will be his new title.
Petit size meatball.
Awesome.
As long as he gets gravy out of the other meatballs, it's all good.
I think it is.
All right, welcome. And next I've got Nate.
I am Nate. I play Ervalor, Elven Ranger, ex-scout soldier, kind of running from something in his past. And finding himself with a band of ruffians who like to kick some Sahagan ass. So
Nice. Yeah, definitely that has been the case so far. And Ervalor has done his fair share of whooping that ass. So awesome. Good to have you. Next is Adam. Good evening.
Hey, great. I'm Adam. I'm playing Bartholomew Adams, a cleric of the mysterious Lyra, Lady of the Mists, and I think I've resorted to throwing rocks as of last session, I believe. So he's
Well,
anything to stay out of reach at this point now.
I was gonna say you
Bart-
stayed at a safe distance.
Yeah, he can,
Unlike me, I need to
Awesome.
start throwing rocks.
And
This is-
Bart is level 2, right? Yep.
yes,
Okay,
Bart is
level 2.
currently level 2. Yes,
Perfect.
close to 3, I believe. So it could be.
Ooh.
Great. Next is welcome, and next is Chris.
Well, let's see. Playing a full elven mage, just barely scraping into 2nd level. Just a generalist mage, looking for new experiences and new things. And I find I'm getting there.
Yeah.
As long as I don't experience a new death, that will be just fine.
You have almost doubled your hit points and become a lot more sturdy, albeit
But
you're
still
still the
single
lowest.
digit.
Yeah, you're still the lowest though, so they still have to protect the mage at all costs at this point before you reach that tipping point level where you start to become very formidable. But awesome. Last but not least is Brian.
Yeah, howdy, I'm Brian. Back playing everyone's favorite
Probably
crazy little nature girl, Leoana. Bayesian of the Priory of Alana, and just a minute ago we were talking about how I leveled up too.
Yes, you're now
And I
level 2, right?
rolled max hit points.
Yeah.
Which feels good, man.
You and Ronnie both have been fortunate with that. So cool. So
Ronnie's leveling up fast.
Thieves get a lot of different bonuses, and as long as you're using your skills and stuff, there's a lot of ways you can continue to kind of chip away at these early levels. They get this kind of constant pool of XP from performing checks that other classes don't always get. So it's good. Good for the group actually to have that too. So
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I think he has lower targets too for the various levels. If I'm not mistaken.
Let's see, did we lose Rodolfo on?
Anyway,
No, he's
I'm
there.
a human.
I'm reloading.
Okay.
Roll 20.
Yeah, I mean, like 2,500. I just hit second level. 2,500 is third level for a thief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the
so he's got
usual.
lower targets, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'm at 2578, so I'm not that much ahead of you.
Well, I'll switch us over to the party roles. This is just a way to kind of stay organized a little bit as a group. If there's anything here that we want to switch or change, we can do that now. Otherwise, we can sort of jump back into the story, and I'll give a little catch up to where we were. Anything that you guys want to change about any of this?
Yeah, let's get the dwarf out of the marching order.
Are you sure you don't want to carry him around? No. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'd be
get him.
happy to take his stuff and put it on to Ursak or whatever his name is.
That's true.
We can create an illusion that it's him. He can be a target for spells and weapons and stuff.
All right, I'm a human. I'm not going in front. That's elf territory.
Yeah, that could be maybe. I don't know
It's
who.
a job for Ervalor.
He's been nominated
For
Brokeman.
to
to go
sure.
first in the marching
I
order.
was thinking more
I'm
like
fine with that.
because he's the first one to run into a fight. But okay.
But you know what's happened once, or actually at least once, was you had a marching order where Kurza was at the back, and then when something came from behind you, he got knocked
True.
down real quick. So just to point that out.
He needs to be the meat in our sandwich.
Somewhere in the middle, eh?
There.
So we need more bread here. But how do you guys want to change that? I don't know if you guys can or can't move your tokens, so let me know.
Yeah, I don't know if Bartholomew's any better than me for the back end.
I think I'll do fine in the back. I can shoot arrows, it's my strong suit, and I can keep an eye on the back.
Okay. So something like that for your single
If
file. Okay.
If something came from behind, I'm not so squishy now.
Sure. So let's move Ronnie into the back of the double file, and we'll move Lee up to the right spot in the front.
Okay. And Kurza in the middle, kind of like that then. Okay. Anything specific about the watch order that makes sense to change or not?
Oh, if it was me, I'd put the humans at the end, so we get the most sleep and we get our spells. But whatever.
No problem with that as a demi-human, right?
Put the humans
Yeah.
at the end. Okay,
Yeah.
so you and Bart at the end, elves up front, something like this. Does that make sense? Okay.
Useless sign.
All right. Good deal. So let's cut over to quickly I think the map, just to refresh real quick where we're at. So you guys are somewhere near the Isle of Presper in a Sahagan lair. The Osprey Herald sailed on to Procampur. To your knowledge, you are being sought here in the next day or so, about a day and a half away until you believe that you'll have somebody looking for you that you can reconnect with to get yourselves back on a ship and moving again through the sea.
Well, we do have our friendly neighborhood dwarf, which we rescued and seems to know how to.
Yeah, that's a good point. So let me cut over
Sail.
to that map. And is it this one? I think so. Yes. All right. So take a second to load for you guys, but we are in the southwest corner of the map here. You had left off just like you alluded to. You had found Ursake. Ursake is a kind of unique looking dwarf. His features are a little different than other dwarfs that you've seen. He's got sort of a grayish brownish skin tone. He looks like his skin is very weathered, as if he's been outdoors. And to your knowledge, he has been uh, basically aboard a crew of people who were seeking out Talmanthar, which is an ancient dwarven ruin that or settlement that was believed to be ruined and destroyed when the inner sea was formed, or when the inner sea was reshaped, I should say, by meteor storms sent by the gods to punish titans. There's a lot of lore around that caused the inner sea and to be called the Sea of Fallen Stars. And Talmanthar, to your knowledge, was believed to have several entrances in the inner sea, but those were lost, and his group have done some discovery. They have some information that leads them to believe there may be an entrance that's accessible through this layer. When they stumbled into the Sahagins, they were overtaken, surprised by the number of Sahagin. You've picked up on the fact that there seems like there used to be a lot more of them than there have been since you've been here. So you have received some hint of that, and just by looking around, I mean, you would also agree that it seems like there were very likely more of them here at one point, and you count yourselves lucky to not have to have faced them all. So you've picked up in this room the final scene in session 5 was where you had noticed on the wall that there is a symbol, and the symbol is shaped like a crude looking eye with some lines coming out of it, and that matches the symbol that you had seen on some of the Sahagin that you had searched earlier. It doesn't look that like an identical match to the tattoos, for a better word, that you have on your arms. You guys, just to kind of revisit that, you are still feeling that on your forearms, but it is not painful. It is just noticeable sometimes that you have a different texture on your arm, and it's still kind of confusing to you. You find yourself sometimes just kind of looking at it out of, wondering about it, things like that. But otherwise, I'll hand it over to you guys to decide what you'd like to do here in this position, and take it away.
How much
First off,
time
does
has
a
passed since I cast my entangle spell?
Who did you cast that on? Was that on the Sahagin that you fought before you or in this room?
Yeah.
So we're gonna say that there may have been 30 minutes to an hour that's passed since you've been in that battle. That you guys have been gathered in this room for that time, talking amongst yourselves about what you think the next prudent move might be. And I'll leave you guys to that. You can kind of discuss what you think is the best next step.
did we get a description of what this sleeping bag was back here?
No. So, if you are gonna go up there and search that area, Kurza, you actually come upon a what appears to be somebody tucked away under a pile of blankets. And
Somebody, what race?
they are dwarven. You kind of kick at the blankets and you look in and you notice what appears to be a very skinny looking, what you believe to be dwarven male. He does not appear to be in great shape, doesn't react to you kicking towards the bag or moving the bag, but he certainly appears to have life.
Ask, what's our dwarven friend's name?
Ursake. So if you get
I call
Ursake's,
Ursake. There's another dwarf here.
and Ursake's sort of in his own sort of shocked state, he's not catatonic, but you can tell he's still kind of coming to terms with his, the fact he's been saved and what's going on. He's still kind of overwhelmed, but he will come and take a look. And as he does, like you notice that he kind of lays with the other dwarf and holds him and starts speaking to him in a tongue, a fashion, an accent of dwarf, I should say, that you've not heard before. And he's just sort of seems to be concerned about this dwarf and his overall health, but he's um, not really able to do much about it. So he's sort of in a similar position where they're both, pretty low on energy. And
Does he recognize him?
yes, this was one of my group. Yes, this was Jaitu, and Jaitu was one of our navigators on the ship. I didn't know him all that well, but we were a part of the same crew. If he is alive, then there may be others, and I have to find them.
I'm gonna climb up onto this little thing and start looking at that. See, there's an image painted or scribed on the wall, DM Jamie.
Yeah, it looks like cracks in the wall that are shaped like an eye, with and the looks similar to the logo that you saw on some of the Sahagin, and in the center part of the eye, it looks like there is an opening, like a hole.
And you say it's right over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right in front of where it would be. Yep.
All right. And is it like arm level, or is it taller than me, or is it near the ground level?
It's about 5 feet off the ground, the symbol itself. So for you, it's probably right around your head level, eye level.
And it's
Similar to the
big?
Sahagin. It's about a foot in diameter. The eye itself, the large eye,
Great.
and at the center of it, it's got a hole that it may be about an inch, kind of wide hole. It looks like it may be, in your opinion, a keyhole. But Ursake basically kind of gets Jaitu to respond, and ultimately starts to kind of have a conversation with him. And Kurza, he relays to you that Jaitu witnessed an excursion of the Sahagin, and his understanding was that they were in the midst of basically trying to get the dwarves to give up their information about Talmanthar. And so they had taken the dwarves and separated them into different parts of the layer and were torturing each of them, or giving them different treatment to try to extract information from them about why they were here and what Talmanthar was and those sorts of things. When at some point prior to your arrival, you believe, there was a call given to many of the Sahagin that there had been a shipwreck that had been discovered in the area, and a large number of the Sahagin that were here in the lair left to go kind of explore that shipwreck, and they haven't returned. So that during that time, you all have arrived with another group of the Sahagin who are still here, and so it just kind of confirms a little bit of the suspicion that there are greater numbers of these Sahagin that belong here, and you're not exactly sure what their whereabouts are.
And we might need to get out of here real quick.
Right, or how long we have.
Yeah,
really.
And he points towards the wall where Lee is standing, the logo that they're standing by. And they seem to have a conversation that Ursake again can translate to you all to tell you that the key, when the key is placed in that keyhole, it will open a corridor that leads deeper down into the mountain, and that
We can't let him have the key.
and so he's saying that he's seen it before, that the Sahagin have opened this door with the key before, and from it is where he had witnessed Sahagin coming and going, along with a woman who was dressed in some dark robes and so had some very pale skin. Didn't really get to see much of her, but he definitely noticed her as she came through several times in the months that he's been captive.
So when they went to investigate this shipwreck, did they go through that portal?
No, they left on a they left, through, as far as he knows, they left through the cavern, not through the portal.
Well, my character sets down her bucket, her spear, and Ed Allen pulls out some chalk, and I'm starting to deface their eye and draw crossing it out, and then I'm drawing my holy symbol above it.
A little druid graffiti. That's good.
I'm going to have a
got it.
little whispered conversation here with Lay. It's like, do we show him the key? Do we try it? What do you think?
We can't let anyone else have the key. And I
what I
remember
was thinking.
him saying that I think he already knows we have it. There's no sense in being any sort of duplicitous with these dwarves. And I stop for a second, and then I turn to Kurz and it says, because we need them to get us out of here before we can't take the numbers of Sahagin that we've seen again.
No.
Yeah, you guys are.
Then
pretty
I'm
low.
back to activity to, and I've got an artistic ability roll. Let's see if maybe I can
Oh,
do a
good.
good job.
That would be interesting.
Scribbling the great white stallion reared back as it looks up to the sky, and definitely crossing out their holy symbol.
So you all.
No,
Is
It must just be too difficult, too rough for you to really get chalk to appear and create anything that's terribly different. But of course, I would say you definitely are able to deface it.
don't you hate it when you roll high?
You waste it on a check.
And what you know that the first time I rolled a hit tonight, it's going to be a 2 or a 3.
It could happen. Well, let's get some input from the other guys. I know you've got some of you that are pretty low still on hit points, but you've also got like new maximums. But any input from the rest of the team here?
Well, Bart's feeling pretty wore down. He's concerned that we need to find a place to actually rest and perhaps recoup. I'm pretty much almost out of spells as well.
How much time do we have before the ship is supposed to pick us up?
Your best guess at this point would be about a day and a half until you would expect someone to be looking for you.
Somebody might have come looking for us. Yeah, I don't think Cassidy actually said what would happen if we didn't signal, did he?
I think we kind of have the bulk of the information they wanted us to find. I think, like what
we
the
do.
Sahagin were doing here. Yeah.
Oh, we absolutely do. I think so, unless he intended for us to, explore further. But he didn't say anything about Talmenthar or anything, right? So
No,
we have a general idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the first you heard of that was when you were down here. Yeah.
Strictly speaking, we've fulfilled our mission. Now, I'm really curious about what's behind that door. Okay, so yeah, I was just thinking if we rest, that shaves a little bit more time off, time to rendezvous. Well, we could probably make it, right? Like, sure, why not?
Didn't we
If I
just
may
get up?
give you my 2 cents, I think the safest place here is behind the door. If the Sahwagin cannot get in there. Up
It's
to
either the
now,
safest place or the most dangerous place.
That's
I guess we'll
actually
find out.
it's safest
that's
for now. We can
that's a
rest inside it. I don't
Maybe.
think it will have anything dangerous up front. We can rest, and then you have a day to explore before we can get back.
maybe our door friend knows though. What's his name? Jatai?
First,
Ursak?
Jaitu and Ursak.
Jaitu.
Yeah.
Jaitu. Well, since Jaitu's been here seeing everything, I guess I'll ask. Does everybody who goes in come out, or do you think that they've got soldiers stationed down there? Anybody stay
No,
behind the door?
no Sahagin down there. None.
yeah,
All right.
they,
Well then,
He feels
let's go to it.
confident that there's no
Getting
Sahagin down there, but there could be other things that he doesn't know. But he definitely feels like the Sahagin, the mass of the Sahagin, did not go down there. So,
yeah, we have the key to the door.
Yep.
We have our backs to the door. If something dangerous come up front, we can withdraw and
when we
lock
come
the
out,
danger ahead.
and when we come out,
Anybody got any healing spells left?
I've got
So
one.
we can rest here.
Yeah, I've got one cure light left, and one potion.
Well,
I say we have.
me or the dwarf, maybe. Because I don't know if he can travel. We may need a navigator.
Yeah. What kind of state is he in?
he's just very weakened. Basically, Ursak is weakened, but his condition is enough that he can be mobile. Jaitu is weakened to the point that he's feeble. So
Give
even
Food help him any?
food is something that he would certainly want some of.
I have some fresh fruit and vegetables and things, so I'll
he won't
give him
he won't be able to eat very much, but he will
a little bit at a time.
he will certainly take you up on that. So that will help him. Basically, if you guys do rest, you can get him to a point where you think he could have similar mobility to Ursak, where they could at least follow you around, and in a pinch might be able to defend themselves. But at the moment, you feel like he is going to need some recovery before he would have the strength to walk with you.
Maybe we can carry him behind the door if we open the door.
You could carry him easily.
And then rest.
For a dwarf, he's
Yeah.
extremely light. So, yeah.
Under the circumstances, especially.
Yep.
Sure.
That might be the way to go. If I recall
Maybe we
correctly, I don't
should,
have any spells left either, so
get onto the ship and go to Presper now.
You don't want to see what's behind that door?
I don't want the Sahagin coming here and finding me behind the door.
Oh, we'll be fine.
They won't.
can-
They won't.
Yeah. They gotta fear us.
well, I think we should probably at least open the door and figure out what's there for future reference. Whether we go
Oh no, carry on. Sorry, thought you were done.
whether we go beyond, I don't know.
So, DM Jamie, I'm gonna get a look at this eye that the Sahagin have painted or whatever on the wall, and I'm trying to look at my arm or somebody else's arm and see how close it is in resemblance.
Sure. How about you do a some type of check? I guess either wisdom or intelligence, whichever is better for you, and I'll tell you how you interpret it.
Wasn't there a tattoo of an eye on the priestess we killed?
Yes, the same.
Oh, just
So
barely.
it's
Was that
the
a
same.
match to the
Yes.
eye?
So the eye that's on the priestess. I have a. Give me 2 seconds. I may actually have this handout to throw up on the screen. Yeah, I do. Let's see. That's Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds. If you want to continue to discuss your options, it'll just take me 30 seconds to add this.
I think at the very least we should open the door to see if the key actually works here.
Mhm.
It could be a different key that goes somewhere else. Because if it doesn't open it, then it could be another key that the Sahaquin leaders have on them.
Which one of us had the
Very
key?
true.
I do.
Wanna bet?
I need to refresh.
So, just
Hey, do you wanna bet the key will fit? I have some
does it?
coins here. Can make it.
I don't know if I want to bet, but the odds are really good, I think. But I'd like to know if we depart without going down there all the time, because then we'll, if we try and come in here to use it and it doesn't work,
So I'm gonna
we can
drag
know that ahead of
this.
time.
I'm gonna drag this symbol out onto the map and see if it allows me to display this to you guys.
I can see
I
it.
can see it.
Oh, okay.
It just popped up.
Okay.
That doesn't really look like the eye on our tattoos.
Or
No,
does-
but
yeah,
it does
and
match the one on the priestess,
it does. Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Although it could be
Where did it appear on your screens? Because I tried to drag it out on my screen and I don't see it.
Yeah, I hate
It's
it
in
when
the
Roll20 plays mysteries with me.
It's messing with me right now. So is
Just
it
drop
sitting
it
on your
down in the
screens?
center.
Okay.
It literally popped up.
Yep.
Yeah.
right on the center of my screen.
Oh, okay. But
Top center, yeah.
are you able to close it, or is it just floating on the map?
No, I can move it around, so I'm
I
assuming I
close
can
it.
close it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Great. So yeah, so you guys get a sense then of this is sort of the cleanest looking version of the symbol that you've seen. The ones that you've seen on the Sahagin looked even cruder. And again, it's sort of a relief in the stone, that makes the shape. And again, in the center of the eye, that's where you see the keyhole.
Oh, I was going to say that it looks like there's a spot just underneath the eye. In place of one of the 3 radiating black lines, there's a white hole.
Let's see, I can't even see the document right now because of Roll20. It's driving me crazy. Let's see.
Wait,
Well,
on the image?
I get the key out and I see if it'll open it.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. So yeah, you are able to fit the key in. And so as it sort of pulls in, you definitely feel like it's the right shape for the hole, and you start to twist it and turn it. It takes a little bit of strength to get it to twist. You notice that it's kind of twisting very slowly, with you just kind of using one hand and 2 hands even. It's twisting very slowly. So what I'll have you do is a strength check to see if you are able to turn it completely. And you got a success, a smashing success. You're able to twist this key with enough leverage that it does turn. It finally gives, and it releases some mechanism that you can hear behind the stone moving and shifting. And here around the corner, you actually notice on this end cap, that sort of cavern wall that semi-separates this area from the cavern below, that a door opens, and just from looking through the crack in the door, it appears like it's a passageway going downward. It is not lit. At least not the opening. It does not appear to be lit, but you can see through it with the current lighting. So you don't hear anything if you guys kind of get close and listen. It's damp. It smells musty. The air does. The air smells very still. or it is very still, and you don't hear anything or see any light coming from the area at this point.
Stairs going down, or like a ladder?
Going, it's like a walkway going down.
Ramp.
Yep.
How does dark vision work for demi-humans in this edition? If it's pitch black, can we see anything, or does there have to be some ambient light?
No, you can see in the dark. Like if you were in the dark by yourself, your infravision would allow you to see
Vision.
60 feet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Amy, I want to check the doorway for traps.
All right. Yeah. Good call. Go for it.
Yeah.
Good call.
It's not a big chance, but
You never know.
Yeah.
So you think you're gonna carry?
Almost.
Almost. So yeah, you look through and obviously you don't find anything that appears to concern you as far as a trap, but you do notice, Ronnie, as you're looking through, that the walls are not even, so you can't really see all of the areas ahead of you, so you're not totally sure that you're you know in the clear, but the door frame and everything in and of itself, you don't notice any traps.
It's a wiring made corridor, probably.
So let's see, what would you guys like to do? You've got the two dwarfs up here, who are sort of incapacitated, or at least semi restricted in movement for the time being.
Well,
Ask
between me and
the-
you, I just as soon stay up here with them, or at least go to the ship. But
Well,
I get overruled.
What's their preference? Do they want to stay here? Do they want to?
They want to get the
One
hell
of them
out.
want to bring.
Yeah, they want to get the hell out. So if you guys get, kind of indicate to them what you're trying to do, they want to go with you. They don't want to be captives any longer, but they're just sort of, again, depending on you to help them or take them with you. So
Could you
If you
direct
guys
us
don't
once we're on
mind,
the ship? So that
Ursik could certainly help, commandeer the ship. And Jaitu is a solid navigator, so between the two of them and all of your hands, they feel confident that they could sail a vessel of, a medium size
do
or
you know how
small.
far it is to Presper and one of the civilized areas from here, Ursake?
Oh, it's not far. It's less than a day's travel, very likely a day at the most.
A day on the ship.
Aye.
So I'm looking at the elves like, and I do that shrug thing. It's like, what you waiting for?
How long
guys
is the
want-
hallway down there, and what can we see from the doorway?
So it just, looks like it just extends down into the dark. I'm gonna go ahead and let me see about moving you into a different map real quick.
I don't know that we necessarily want to explore because we're not in any condition to
Understood.
encounter anything.
Yeah, understood.
Guys. Just let me go a little bit ahead. I can scout for anything, danger, traps, and I'll be back right away.
That sounds
Can you-
fair.
Can you see? Well, you have a torch, I guess.
He can. No, he can see. He
I
does.
Oh,
am
you
that
can.
kind of happy.
Oh, you're a halfling. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Ronnie, and you can try your whatever you'd like to do, whether it's move silent or hide in shadows or both. You can go ahead and make those checks.
No. Oh,
Okay, that's fine. And then, do you want to hide in shadows, I assume, as well while you're doing that?
Yeah.
You could be heard but not seen.
Yo.
All right, so you go ahead down this cavern a little ways, Ronnie. You basically go about 30 to 40 yards down, 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 and eventually you reach a small oval room. Um, it looks like an opening, like it's more open than the regular cavern. And from that perspective, there's a hallway in front of you that you can see some light coming from.
Mm.
And I'll give you 1 second. Let's see.
Hmm.
I need to change the setting real quick.
While Ronnie's off exploring, I'm gonna go try to see if I
There
can
we
get
go.
something burning for light out of these crates.
All right.
Not the biggest bonfire ever, but something that will produce some light, 20, 30 feet worth or whatever.
You,
Burn, baby, burn.
yeah, you're able to certainly find burnable
Have some
material.
torches.
Yeah. So let me bring you over, Ronnie, and you guys are welcome to obviously see this. So, uh, you eventually kind of follow this. Everything's quiet. You reached this opening area, and as you kind of look closer out of the area and get a better view, um, you look down a hallway in front of you, and this is what you see. What appears to be some scattered bones. There is some light coming from down the hallway here. Um, up until this point, you hadn't seen any light or heard anything, and at this point, you still don't hear anything. You'll hear like an occasional dripping of water, but no movement. The air is absolutely still. It's very musty in this area, and just based on sort of the area around you, you don't see many tracks or any signs that people have come through here recently. But this is what you're looking at the moment, and again, this is sort of you're peeking out of this safe area, if you will, looking down in this direction, and this is what you're seeing.
The light you said comes from the end of the corridor,
hmm
down there.
Yeah, there are some
It's like
pedestals with
natural
some.
light or fire.
It looks like from your eye that it. I mean, I guess you probably don't necessarily have. If you want to make an intel check, um,
Yeah,
we'll do an intelligence
I
check to
think
see if you have any recognition between magical light or regular light.
fire would make some movement, and natural light would be very still.
Yeah, so you believe that the light may be magical, um,
Mm.
just because more so because of the coloration than anything. Just seems like the coloration is a little bit off to you. That it doesn't seem like a normal flame. Um, so you can't rule it out completely, but you pretty firmly believe it might be magical light.
Okay, I will go a little bit ahead very carefully, and I will check the area there is the light come from.
So yeah, you can proceed down, sort of towards these pedestals. You can see inside of this pedestal that there is what appears to be a basically it's hollow inside of these pedestals, and there's some openings on the side that let the light out, and those openings are small enough that someone's hand can fit in there and reach in there. And inside of each of these, you see a couple of pebbles sitting there that seem to be the source of the light.
Okay, I'll take half of each pedestal,
Okay.
half the pebbles.
So yeah, so each pedestal that you see within this range, there's two
I
pedestals, and
get
each
two.
each of them
Yeah,
have two pebbles in
I'll take
them and you can take one
from
from
each.
each. Okay. You got it. You got it. At that point, again, after you reach, maybe 50 feet down the corridor, I think, it starts to continue. It continues straighter and further, and it's a little darker in that direction. So you kind of feel like you might be putting yourself into a different position if you proceed, but I'll leave that to you to decide.
I'll come back to the guys, and I'll explain what I saw, and I will say to Miss Lee that I have a gift for her, and for Bartholomew, I will give each of them the pebble.
Yeah.
This
A
pebble
gracious gift of you. Thank you.
is lit.
So if you does anyone have a spell crafting or proficiency for recognition of spells, anything along that line that would give you an advantage?
Yeah, I do. I think.
I do
let's
not.
See. Let's see. How about spellcraft?
Yeah, that's it. That would be it.
Okay.
I certainly wouldn't mind getting another day under my belt here and change my spell selection.
There we go.
Yeah, so you believe that there is a light spell basically cast upon this
Not
object,
continual light,
and
though.
it may be continual light. That's what you believe. Yep.
And how big are these little pebbles?
Not that you would be that terribly familiar with the whole spectrum of spells, but obviously continual light would be a very well-known, a very common spell, and that's what you recognize it to be. The pebbles are probably around, let's say, like the size of a cherry, something along those lines, inch, in diameter.
So my character takes it and looks at it. Magic rocks. What else did you see down there, Ronnie?
There's a corridor. There's a few of these magical lanterns. These rocks
Yeah,
fit into them.
we'll sort of accept the fact that you guys all, follow Ronnie's lead to come lay your own eyes upon the corridor.
Safe.
So you know what's
You
there.
can bring the dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring the dwarves so they can rest here. It will be safer than out there. We can rest too.
Now that we're here, and I just point towards that room. May as well go.
So what's the plan? Are you guys thinking of
We'll set
resting here or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Improvise the camp here. We'll let the. I remember you said there was some straws, like a bed made of straws over there. I remember something like that.
Yeah. As you came into this area, this oval, there's like an oval shaped open area before the.
Outside.
Yeah, there's definitely space in here where you could make camp. Let me bring you to a different map. And before I do that, I do need to go back and copy our dwarven friends to bring them along with you.
So I'll stay behind and watch over the dwarves if you want to go check out that room, Ronnie, and
Whatever you want. It's fine.
Copy.
I want to be on the boat going to Presper.
I think
I know you will.
So I'm
I can't
changing.
do it alone.
I'm changing your map over. You guys should see basically in the southwest of the map You should see yourselves in a small area together. Let me know if you don't for any reason, and we'll take a look at the settings, but I think it should be okay.
Yeah, it's real
Yeah.
small.
Real small.
over on the left.
That's an indicator of, scale here, but that's where you're at. So
Which way is the tunnel out?
it is straight to your north.
Ah, okay.
Straight, yep. I can reveal some of that to you just so you can see in that direction. Hopefully you can kind of see a little bit of the opening now. in that
And no
direction.
difference.
No difference? Let's see. Reveal.
So,
there's a wall there.
While you're working on that map,
Yeah. Yep.
let's talk rests for a minute. It was I understand that we just woke up and started to move around. We've only been up for an hour or so. I mean, is it like we can immediately go back to sleep because we're such hardworking adventurers?
No,
How does this work?
We've been up for a while.
You've been up for a while. I mean, you woke up. The last time you guys rested was in the Baron's throne room, basically. From there, you went and explored. You saw some of what Ronnie had done. You backtracked and went towards the ship, and then you found the Sahagin were keeping Ursake in that other layer. So it's been, and then you came around after you rescued him. You continued to explore. You found yourself in the southwest of the layer, and you've been sort of discussing your options basically. So it's been several hours in my mind that have passed since you've been up. I would say at this point it's fair to say if you wanted to rest, you could absolutely rest.
So you're saying that once we're after we rest for 8 hours, if we stay awake for 2 hours, we can rest for 8 hours again?
That's more than 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm saying it's been far more than that. So we're not even on the same page. Yeah, I'm saying it's been probably 8 hours that you've been awake, and yeah, if you've been up for 8 hours and you want to go back and get more rest, you're welcome to do that. I mean, and again, the rest isn't just REM sleep, right? It's not moving, it's sitting, resting, and all of that goes along with it for that many hours. So. But yeah, you guys are able to carry the dwarves with you. I'll paste them into the room eventually. It's kind of tight, but they're in there with you. And you guys can obviously set up camp as you see fit. The only way I can show you past the door, I have to pull you through. So if I will do that real quick just so you can see down the hallway, but it's essentially just a hallway. So that should fill in on your map, and then I'll put you back into the room and let you guys decide what you'd like to do. Are you going to rest here or something else?
I feel pretty strongly that I need to take a rest and pray to Lyra, and try and recover some of my strength and fervor.
Well, we should on the door above us. Was there a keyhole or another mechanism on the inside to open it?
So you're asking about basically the door, going back to the door where you were. You can see when you came through the door on the inside some of these what appear to be like stone gears that must have turned when you turned the key and moved the door to open it. If you would like to disable that, you're able to do that. Otherwise, you can close the door while you're inside. And then, as far as like your question about the keyhole, you could obstruct the keyhole from the inside, possibly. It's like
I'm saying, like, if we close the door, can we open it again?
Only one way to find that out.
Yeah, you believe. I mean, you can see mechanically how you would do that. That it would be
There is a
easier.
keyhole on this side then.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, then we can lock the door from the inside, not have to
Right.
worry about that, only have to worry about anything coming up the hall, which is a big. Well, I guess Sahagin could start pounding on the door and trying to bash it in, but if that doesn't, as long as they don't come back, then we just have one.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we just close the door?
And lock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say so. Yeah.
All right, let's do it then.
All right. Any other precautions or procedural issues you want to do before you go into the watch order?
There's a $1 million question before anything else. Who will keep the key?
Well, Kurz has had it.
You can keep the
don't-
key.
Yeah. I don't mind letting him keep it.
Okay.
All right. So the watch order I'll take from the other page,
How
and
long is the next hallway out that we can see?
how long is the hallway? How far can you see down? I mean, you can see the full.
Yeah.
For those of you with infravision, you can see the full 60 feet, and it doesn't end.
Okay, so it's just kind of a continuing hallway as near as we can figure.
Right. Yep. That's right.
Okay. Is there anything to partially block that hallway?
You could possibly cover the opening, with the fabric that you have. It's small enough that you could cover it with something of that size. As far as objects are concerned, there are bones about if you want to obstruct it that way. Otherwise, there's just these large stone pedestals that would be fairly difficult to move. You have the option, of course, you could go back upstairs and grab barrels or something else, but as far as stuff that's in your immediate vicinity, it's mostly just bones, and it occurs to you that the cloth would possibly obstruct the opening.
I mean, if we, I think we're pretty well. Unless something is trying to leave, unless something is down here and trying to leave, I think we're pretty inconspicuous as long as we don't have like sources of light, right? So like no torches, no campfires, anything like that.
Well, there are the two pedestals that are already emitting light.
That's
So
true.
that's not
Those are further down, yeah, but yeah.
yeah, but as
Okay.
long as we're not in the way, so to speak, we kind of get off to
Yeah.
the sides, out of the line of sight, and maybe leave one person that can watch down the hallway.
And this is
Yeah,
that hallway that we're seeing.
That's the one
picture?
behind us,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, that's the one that he got that Ronnie explored already a little
So
bit.
the other one is here.
Nope, there's no other. The way that you came down is there. Yeah. Yep.
But then there's another hallway here.
That's the way that you came down. That takes you back up to the Sahagin
So
level.
the room that leads nowhere.
It leads you back up, or it leads you further down. That's it.
Where's the further down?
The hallway that you already saw appears to continue to head down in grade for the dwarves.
So
What they
this
would
is
notice.
farther down, and
Yeah.
this is back where we came from?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So my character is going to start kicking the rocks out of her little thing, and she curls up somewhere and sleeps.
All right. Very good. So
That
I'll
settles it.
yeah, I'm gonna go through the watch order. I've got it as the elves first, then Ronnie, Lee, and Bart in that order. So, I'll give you guys another chance if there's anything else you want to
Bart-
declare before.
Bart-
Oh yeah, Bart's he's got one spell left. He wants to cast a Cure Light. If someone needs it more than he needs it himself, he'd be willing to share it. But
Let's see. You're at a little under half. You're about 40% of your max HP, and Kurza is about
I'm at one.
at about 12% of his.
oh,
He'd probably be just from that
okay,
standpoint.
yeah, I'd be happy to
Okay.
give you a spell cursor. Let me.
That'd be great.
Oh, spell effects. Let's see if it works.
Ronnie's on there too. Okay. It has the description working, but it didn't roll the die for you
yeah.
to see the outcome.
I'm sure we can rectify that.
Oh, boom.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
You see, you wasted it on him. You wasted it on him. All that extra healing.
With you're overflowing with the blessings of the Lady of the Mists.
Good move though to use that for instead of just losing it. Okay, good deal. So Kurz is feeling a heck of a lot better before rest, but now it's all about spells. So okay. All right. So you guys all tuck yourselves in, I assume, in various spots in this very small area. Ervalor, where will you be as you're keeping watch? What's your position? I guess just sitting on the in your own spot, or standing, or
I guess sitting on a rock. Well, I want to find some place comfortable. Back up against a wall. I'll be. Oh no, there's no light. Damn. That's fine. I was going to write, but I can't. So I will. Oh no, wait. I can see.
Must be at least a little bit of light.
Because I'm demi-human. Yeah.
yeah.
No,
You could. That would be very weird, wouldn't it? Like for others who can't see in the dark, you hear somebody writing, and like it's pitch black, and you like hear somebody like writing. Like
yeah.
that would be very cool. Okay.
Well. Yep.
Are you more concerned about the direction you came or the direction you went?
Sorry.
The direction you came from or the direction you're heading?
The direction we're heading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The unknown.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like placing a focus on one side versus the other, but you're still obviously going to react to whatever. Okay. All right. Yeah, so
they don't have a key, another key.
as time goes on, you're hearing dripping water, you're hearing a little bit of what seems like skittering, as if something might be moving further down the hallway in front of you. You can't be sure, it doesn't seem like it's a large thing, but you feel like you're hearing something possibly moving down the corridor, and as far as you can tell, it's not disturbing anything or getting closer, but you've heard some movement. So you can pass that information on to Kurza, but like it's just kind of caught your attention a little bit, like because you've got such keen hearing and senses over time. You kind of were like, that's probably not just wind and water. That might be something living, moving around.
Yep. Yeah, as long as it doesn't. I mean, at that point, I'm probably going to stop writing and just like stay focused. I never see it enter my field of vision, right? Like it never.
No, and it doesn't.
Closer than 60 feet.
And it doesn't even seem like it doesn't seem like the sound is very significant. It sounds very faint to you, so you're not like concerned it's getting closer by any means, but it doesn't. It seems like something moving. So
okay, I'm passing that on to Kurza.
All right, Kurza, anything that you want to do in particular as you're gearing up for your watch, or taking your watch?
I want to get a position that I can look down the hallway unobstructed, but at least with my vision, Yeah, if it's peering around one of your aforementioned pedestals
Hmm.
to get a clear vision down the hallway, that's fine.
I moved you a little bit there to the edge of the room. You should actually on your map see a little bit further.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of lock you in on that and on that side a little bit that you're, concentrating on that area that he told you about.
So
That
we
would
have a pedestal and another pedestal
correct. And back in
up ahead
here,
of us.
correct. And that's where you Ervalor heard the sound was from this north of that north torch or north pedestal, I should say.
Are
So
these two pedestals lit?
they are. They both still have as far as you know, a stone inside of them that's similar to the ones that Ronnie brought back.
So we do have some vision, regular vision down this hallway.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
As
just
far as these two pedestals and your infravision. Yep.
keep an eye out on the ceiling as well in case it's like a spider or a some other kind of insectoid creature.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you do hear a similar noise to what Ervalor described. You hear it for yourself. It's not persistent. It doesn't last all the time. It just seems that every once in a while you hear a shifting and a moving, and it's still coming from towards the end of that hallway. It does not appear to get closer. You watched the ceiling very closely, and you didn't see anything moving from the ceiling except a few drips of water. So your time passes uneventfully beyond that. And you would be then waking up Ronnie next, I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep him informed of what we've been hearing down there.
Okay. And Ronnie, what would you like to do with positioning yourself or anything special you'd like to attempt? I just noticed that Rodolfo, you're froze on roll 20.
Hey, sorry,
Oh, there you
I was mute. I'll keep my watch down the corridor a little bit,
go. Okay.
near the lantern.
Yeah, I moved you a little bit so you can actually see it on the map there too. Okay.
That's inside there, the room.
You have a detect noise skill, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and just roll that for me twice, if you would. And I'm rolling a different check here. I just want to compare. Hmm. Okay.
And the second,
Okay. So you're able to hear the noise that Kurza described to you, pretty much from the onset of your shift. You hear it intermittently. Um, but what you notice during the second hour, as you're kind of paying closer attention to the noise, is it sounds to you like um, it very likely is insectoid. It sounds like something that probably has a lot of legs. Moving on the wall potentially is the way that you hear it. That's sort of what you feel like the sound is as you listen really closely to it.
it's coming and going.
Yeah,
It's staying
it's
over
it's
there.
it seems to be moving around deeper down in the cavern.
Okay,
It's not getting any closer to you, but from the the,
making
the
immediate threat.
the couple of times you could hear it, you certainly felt like it was insectoid, and you could hear multiple, kind of sounds that made you feel like it was something like that.
Okay, I will keep track of the sounds. I'll be constantly hearing, paying attention to the ceiling, to the walls, to if you, in
Yeah.
case it's a spider
Yeah.
or something like that.
I think you start at this point. You start to piece together some of the skeletons and bones that are laying on the floor in front of you. That you're starting to imagine now that these were probably brought here and placed here by something intentionally. That's putting up
Kind of alarm.
a warning. Yeah, it's putting up some type of warning. Unless you've got some more specific knowledge about underground or animals or anything like that. That's sort of what your guess is at this point.
The animal lady is sleeping.
Yeah, you feel like you're starting to piece together that this has something. It's all connected. There's something watching this hallway, and there's something
Okay.
that's bringing and placing bones near the front of the hallway to really make it intimidate
Itself.
people. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, like I said, the noise does not get any closer. It does not ever get closer, but you distinctly believe what you believe as far as what you heard. And at that point, you would be waking up, or at least passing off duty to Lee. So I'll move you back over here, and Lee, you take over. Again, you hear, I assume, about the all the information that we're kind of talking about here. How would you like to position yourself?
Well, I'm mostly going to be. Now, how long did I sleep? Do I need 8 hours of sleep to get my spells back? Is that how this works?
Right, and so you basically are interrupting your sleep, and you will catch your final 2 hours as when you pass it off to Bart. You guys are both in a similar position.
Well, my character wouldn't know that, but she
No.
probably is grumbling about having to wake up and then go back to bed for a nap. Why can't I just sleep straight through? I'm going to talk to people about these things. Don't know why it's doing it like this. And knowing that there's something up the way here, I probably would be very interested in it.
Okay, so
Rugs.
I'll have you in this sort of similar position. Okay. Yeah, so you barely hear anything during your time. You don't really know why these guys are so worked up. You hear very little, and you're not terribly concerned about anything that you heard or saw, other than some water dripping. And
What do the bones look like, DM Jamie? Are they have big claw marks, big teeth marks in it? Or are they just kind of like cleaned off like it was a bunch of bugs? Something big, carnivore, or just a lot of little things?
there are, the skulls that are intact are all look as if they've been bare for some time. They're kind of older looking. The bones that are laying around on the floor are mostly intact bones. There's some of them that are fragmented but not shattered. Um,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
doesn't look like they've been crushed by teeth.
it doesn't look like the bones have been crushed. There are, a few broken bones, but it doesn't seem like that's the most common thing. Most of the bones are intact, in fact, and laying there as if they were placed intentionally in certain positions. Like the skulls are kind of sorted and stacked. Some of the other bones are sort of sitting together in like stacks, as if it was a collection.
Yep.
So, other than that, though, like I said, you're not sure what the concern is. I mean, you're obviously you trust your party, but you didn't witness anything that was overly concerning. So that would then hand you off to Bart, and then Bart, you are fully rested at this point. So you can go ahead and make sure that you're full up. You'll be healed a full hit point for the night's rest plus whatever your con modifier is. And then you
So
get
Bart,
your spells.
I don't think this
Yeah.
is really working out as well as I had think. I think both of us need a full night's sleep, and that we need to convince the elves to stay awake a little bit longer.
Yeah, because I
Well, we
think
had enough.
the elves only need
Oh.
4 hours. I think. So. Sorry, go ahead,
Now
Bart.
I believe that I need to rest again, and I kind of roll my eyes and I go curl up into a ball again and just go to sleep.
Yeah. So I guess I get up. I'll probably spend at least one of my spell slots on myself here.
Sure.
As I pray for spells and whatnot. I think I'll do the same thing with 3 cure lights and a command.
Okay.
But, so I'll roll as I get my sensor fired up a little bit and whisper some words into the mists coming off of it.
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you what.
So that's
You guys do have the astonishing fortune that you've got 5 of 5. If you want to spend it to reroll your heal, you're welcome to do that. Most rerolls you can do with astonishing fortune. You haven't used any yet. It's up to you, but just a reminder.
I think I'll risk it. I've seen Bart looks a little depressed, like he's something just isn't working right. He's having trouble talking in through the mists or something. He pokes around at his mask, maybe it's like muffling his voice, and he's not able to communicate with the priestess or something. So,
Okay.
but he'll take his 2 hit points and just keep looking down the hallway, I guess.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah.
Can I
So
just ask a question?
sure.
How is everybody doing on water? How many?
Well, yeah, hang on. So let's do that actually. So the 2 hours that you're watching Bart go by, and you hear very little in the way of movement, similar to what was relayed to you from Lee. You hear some movement, but nothing significant. Nothing gets closer. You don't have any major concerns about that. So we can sort of step to the morning hour at least, or the waking hour when you're all together. And at this point, you guys should cross off another ration. And as far as I think for the dwarves, combined, they could probably only eat 1 ration. So whoever wants to kind of cross off an extra ration for them each day until they're taken care of, I think that's a fair way to do that.
Okay.
Okay. And then to the question that Brian asked about water, you guys should have water skins. I'm not gonna micromanage the water situation, but you would be getting to a point where you would want to refill your water unless you've taken some extra step to bring more than a normal amount. So there are pools of water that you see that collect in these caverns as you pass down. Whether it's drinkable or you trust it or not, that's a different situation. But make sure you have a water skin, somewhere in your equipment list, and sort of keeping track of it similar to a ration. Everyone should have at least started with 1 week's worth of rations. So, all right. Any other? I'll give it to you guys. So everybody else should go ahead and gain your hit point for overnight rest and whatever your con modifier is as well. You can add that back to your HP.
We get 1 hit point for sleeping tonight.
Yep. 1 hit point for the rest overnight, just automatic, and then whatever your con is.
All right, so we've got what, 1 day until the ship comes back for us.
Yeah.
Of course, we have our own ship now. Theoretically,
you believe you've got a full day before you're gonna be you should be looking, and someone should be looking for you. So you do have some time.
okay.
So that makes this the 7th of Flame Rule.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, I really don't like waking up in tunnels.
Yeah. So you guys are,
So,
and again, I mean, I'll let me take you back to the other picture real quick too, because I think it helps maybe with your decision. But again, this is sort of what you're looking at down that hallway, and it's this way or backward at this point are your two options from your current position.
how are we feeling, guys? Who's still below
Let's check the
hit
bones.
points and things?
I'd say hit
Check
point.
them and then displace them a little bit to look inside the nooks and crannies around here.
Yeah, so
So
what I'm thinking real quick too, guys, is this is a good point for a break.
Yeah.
I meant to do on it a little bit ago, but we'll do it now. So if you guys want to take 5-10 minutes to just step away and take care of whatever you need to or discuss further, I'll be back in a few.
Yeah, my character's holding her wineskin, looking for the last little drops.
All right, we'll pick it back up here in a moment.
How far down are you, Adam?
How far down? I mean, oh, hit point
Hit points
wise,
wise, yeah.
I think I'm at exactly half now.
Okay.
7 out of my 14 hit, so it's workable for now. If I stay out of the way of stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I don't
but
know if we want to go farther down or not,
yeah, I do have a couple more cure light spells and a potion on me yet too. So,
Okay. Because if we don't
but
go down, I have a sneaking suspicion we will never be back.
that's the draw, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, we won't have a second opportunity to be down here
Hmm.
just because we'll end up going on the boat, meeting the other boat, and then we'll presumably have some discussion with our good buddy and a possible further mission somewheres. And I don't know that we'll end up being back this way. But then there's probably centipedes or something farther up the hallway. And
You never know. They could send us right back into this mess too, or something. So, but
that could be. Although it bothers me that, how many of the Sahaquin have returned and how soon are they going to? Because we got to get that ship ready to go and out before they get back. We should probably also recover our own little rowboat that we came in on and put it on the boat too.
yeah, I'm thinking we should maybe ask if either of the dwarves know which direction the main group went in search of the shipwreck, so that we can be sure to go the other way.
The opposite direction, yeah. I'm with you on that. No sense in meeting the entire tribe. Although we didn't find any females or younglings, so it's not like this is the normal tribal location.
Mm.
It's probably just an outpost.
I don't think I'm a wellspring of Sahaquin social uh, social lives. So
Yeah, well,
Well, we did find the eggs in the pool.
That's
so.
true. We crushed a few, but not many. I don't know. We shall see.
I think I'm gonna go grab a refill on my water here, actually. So while I ponder these things.
Yep.
So I will be back in a minute too.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Well, I'll drop you guys back on the map here. You've had some time to think about what you want to do. Any thoughts?
We're all awake. I have to. I spend whatever. What is it? 45 minutes on my spells. It's 10 minutes a level.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just going to spend 20 minutes at that. Actually, I probably could have done that earlier, but
Yeah, I would say next time if you guys want to be double dipping and doing a little preparation while you're on watch, it's possible. Just let me know. Otherwise, though, we'll give you guys the opportunity to say that you're full up on those things, and it is party's decision at this point as far as the next step, backward or forward.
I guess the biggest question is, do we think we're going to be returning here? Do you want to go farther? Or do we take our one day and try and prep the ship to go and get out of here before the Sahaquin return?
I think we should explore a little bit more.
I think Bard would find it hard to just up and leave after staring down this mysterious hallway all night. You might at least want a small peek of what's beyond.
Let's go. Let's explore.
Yeah.
But you guys.
No, yeah. I mean, the risk reward proposition, I think like we're healed up, hopefully a little bit at least. Maybe there's something good down there. Like, yeah, like let's see what we can. I'm not going to say this in front of the dwarves, but maybe kind of under my breath to whoever's around. Like, let's see what we can grab and like looting their sacred city. But no, let's check it out and
Please, Master Lord, take the lead.
All right.
Well, funny that you should say that, since you were the thief.
Yeah, the scout.
Marching order.
Yeah,
sure.
we'll do the
Yeah,
marching order.
yeah.
So I'll move you guys into
Yeah.
the single file here. If
Let's
I'm
go for it.
remembering correctly.
Yep.
It's something like that. And I can't. Let's see. Is that everyone can see the hall?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I can see.
okay, so you guys go ahead and decide. It sounds like to head northward and downward, looking deeper into the cave. You, Ervalor, heard the sounds earlier, and you guys, I'm sure, have conversed a little bit about all of you having heard it. So I think you each and everyone has their suspicions, but I think you all trust Ronnie's assessment that there's some type of insect, that lives in this hallway. And so you guys are like, I assume, walking, and I'll ask you, with, what out, and I'm, keeping a sharp eye out for, crawling things, but everybody's got their weapons out, I assume.
Yeah. Well, I'll have
They're
my
ready, my
bow.
boy.
Yep.
I'll have my bow and swords kind of ready to pull. And somebody should be looking. I'm looking dead ahead, but somebody should be watching the ceiling, like as much as they can, without bumping into the person in front of them.
And maybe I've got a handful of small rocks to throw ahead of us, maybe if we want to see if we can disturb something. Because it was past, the noise was past this second pedestal torch thing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we throw a couple of rocks up there and see what we can disturb.
Maybe when we get past, yeah,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sure.
All right, let's move you all forward to at least this section. So you make your way down the hallway further. I want to have you all make a wisdom check.
So it begins that fast.
Mm-hmm. That was quick.
Wisdom.
Right, I thought I did it.
Everyone.
Am I not rolling
Everyone
wisdom?
got 60.
Um,
Oh, that's weird.
I didn't see yours, Nate, pop up yet.
Hmm.
Maybe click on your token, click off your token and then back onto your token and try it again, maybe.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, it's the miscellaneous modifier thing I'm not seeing.
Okay.
Because I popped out my window. Okay, so I failed.
Okay. So there's two things that happen basically. You all, as you're walking down between these lighted areas, it starts to dawn on some of you that some of the skulls that are piled up are in fact stone, and others are in fact bone. And so that's sort of something that catches the group's attention almost simultaneously as you're walking in this direction. And then for Bart and Lee, you look ahead and you notice on the side cavern up ahead of you that it appears like there's a hole, a large hole in the side of the cavern. And so that catches both of your attention at the exact same time. The rest of you are sort of still just befuddled by the fact that there are bone and stone skulls and bones laying about. So
I'll drop my bucket and my spear, and I'll grab Ervalor by the back of his hair, and I'll just yank on him so he doesn't keep going.
Try to not scream. Try to be as quiet as possible. What?
Yeah, and I'm not slight. I got a pretty good strength for a little woman. And then I'm gonna try to bust us up against the side of the wall. Boom! Backs to the wall.
Are you pointing like at where you? Like, are you
I
gesturing to?
I grabbed you, and I
Mhm.
said backs to the wall, and I put my back against the wall.
Back to the wall, I guess. I mean,
Bart
I assume
probably
I
has
still
his-
don't see it unless you like show a gesture to everybody where it is.
Bart was probably just raising his hand to point it
so
out. When
yeah,
Okay. All right.
He's
Yeah,
just frozen in that motion after
fine.
the kerfuzzle in front of me. But yeah,
Art, you see it too? There's a hole.
yeah, you would see it if
Yep.
if Lee stops you and points it out. You will all see it. I'll mark it on the map here momentarily, but it looks like to be about a 2 foot by 2 foot diameter hole in the wall there. So
Just out of curiosity. But carry on, DM Jamie. I've got to look
no,
something up.
I'm good.
We're not
to you
going to
guys.
move until I look something up.
Okay.
mayhaps that's where we throw the rocks.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably a good idea too.
Yeah, putting smoke in there is not a good idea, right? That causes whatever's in there to come out, right? Yeah. Okay, never mind.
I suspect
You don't
if we
want to
go
smoke them
wandering by,
out.
it's
That's why
going
they
to
say
come.
that.
It's going
Yeah.
to come out anyways.
Yeah.
So let me have if you guys want to get closer, I'm gonna have you all do another wisdom check, and we're gonna have it's gonna be at a slight minus, but it'll give you more information if anyone does pass the check. So if you want to go ahead and move yourselves actually on the map, if you can, down the hallway to the opening itself, and then I'll have you do the check when you reach that point.
Do we want to go to the opening?
I'll get close enough to like peer in, I guess, like from around the side or something. Is
Sure,
that
sure, as
is that
close
around?
as as close as you're comfortable getting, just so that
You're dragging me, so you got to be pretty strong to do
Oh,
that.
did I drag you?
I'm
Oh,
like 100 pounds.
are you not letting go?
I never said I was letting go of you. It was Jamie that's trying to push us forward faster and faster.
maybe you guys could strength check it out if you want. That's up to you. Yeah, if you guys decide what you want to do, you don't have to move forward. For sure. I'm just saying if
Okay.
when you reach that point, I'll allow you to all to take another wisdom check. So
I want to peek inside the hole.
Yeah. All right, fine. Let the thief do it. But I'm gonna
I can
curse you,
even enter
curse
the
you
hole
under my
if you
breath
want.
lately. Where are you kidding me? But
yeah,
anyway,
you
The hole is large enough for me to get
Just
inside.
as I thought.
yeah, the whole field seems like it's wide enough that you could crawl through it. That probably
I'm
all of
not
you could
afraid.
crawl
I'm
through it.
serious.
this is
And as
I like that kind of thing.
you're looking at it,
I
it
was
looks like
born
something that you would suspect
to
to
look
be.
inside holes like that.
Yeah, it looks like something that you would obviously suspect has bore several holes in the walls. So as you're kind of at this point, you would imagine that there's a network of these things, and this might
Stay away from the walls. Stay away
just
from
be
the
one.
walls.
But when you look
back
down
not against the wall.
yeah, when you look down further, into this hole, it just kind of winds around, and you could climb through it if you'd like. But you believe that, again, it could lead you to the lair of the creature, or it could just be a route that it takes. So you're not like sure about that. So go ahead and do wisdom checks. You guys did those again. This will
All of
be
us get to make one.
everyone who goes up to the hole. Go ahead and do a wisdom check.
Is my hair still being pulled on, even though Ronnie's up now? And
Ronnie snuck by.
okay, because if so, I'm making a strength check, but it's kind of a losing battle at this point. So,
You got a little less hair now.
all right.
Okay. So for Bart, you're taking a closer look.
Yeah.
Yep, Everlore is.
I still don't see nothing.
No, I got it.
What was the modifier on this?
So it's 3.
Oh yeah,
-3. So
Oh.
still made it.
yeah, it looks
yeah.
like most of you still made it, because those of you that made it by a lot. So didn't change the fates really. So what you guys observe again is that this network, it appears like this is a winding set of tunnels, and when you start to look around the room further, you're seeing that there are a couple of other openings in the room. And those of you who pass your wisdom check are not surprised, because you believe that you're hearing further down in the chamber some motion. Oops, I'm creating little boxes everywhere. Let's see.
Oh, God.
Over here, where I'm pinging, hopefully you can see, is where you guys who passed your wisdom check distinctly hear that moving sound that you heard overnight. and all of you heard it. So those of you who passed your wisdom check hear it distinctly right now, and are immediately have your attention drawn to this corner. You believe that you could get potentially surprise on this thing. So that's sort of the situation that you're in. Like you hear it stirring, and you can kind of see a hole that it's creeping around in.
Quiet. Do you hear
Yeah.
it? Do you hear it up
What?
ahead?
I mean, I'll motion to everybody kind of in that direction, and then like have my bow ready, basically. Like, I guess without saying
That's
anything.
voyage.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to see.
A little tiny purple worm.
So basically, the angle that you would need in order to make an attack toward it, that's not unless from a straight line, you'd need to be standing at this first opening or further into the chamber in order to take a shot. Just so that those of you who want to take an action.
I
What?
will try to creep,
Uh,
like move silently, if that's okay.
Well, I'm
Can I-
gonna no. Go ahead
Yeah.
and roll
Let's do
initiative.
that.
Just move back, and then we're just gonna roll initiative because
Okay.
you guys detect a creature. So
Okay.
and then yep. So each of you, or I'm sorry, roll the group initiative. Whoever is our roller rolls for the group.
Which roll is that?
It's
1d10.
I am the scribe.
D10. Yep.
I'm gonna
And
move
you want
back.
low.
Here.
The group initiative button, huh?
Yeah, there is a group initiative button. That it's like just a little macro button as well.
Is it?
It's a
You see on the
selection
lower
just to the
left?
left of the settings gear. And it's under that tab.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're talking about there. There should also be a purple button on the screen, on the lower left
heck.
of the screen.
Yeah, just left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see the button on the lower left.
Yeah, me neither.
Is it?
Me
Should I
neither.
just roll it?
You can just roll a flat
Or is it
D10.
okay?
Yeah, you can just roll a flat D10. Sorry.
5d10?
No, flat. Sorry, just
Oh,
one
flat
D10.
d10. Yeah. Okay. Sorry guys.
You're good. Oh, so I don't know if you guys go to your macro tab, and if you have an option that says to show the macro quick bar.
You gotta check the inbar.
Oh, I see.
Okay, if you check that, then you should see some buttons out there. Sorry, I never realized that was a situation.
Oh,
So,
the macro
that's
quick
funny.
bar.
so yeah, so there you go. So you've got 9. I figured it out. We're good. So 9 is the initiative for those of you who passed your wisdom check, and for those of you who failed, you won't get to act this turn. So we'll go ahead and run through. Let me get the turn order going, and it's gonna be, let's see, Ronnie and Ervalor, Bayesian. And who else am I missing? Bart made it as well. Okay.
Barter.
Okay. All right.
And me?
Did you pass your check or your?
Which check was I supposed to pass?
Let me clear
The
this.
wisdom
thing.
check? No.
Yeah, the wisdom check is what I'm referring. Yeah.
No. Did not.
Okay. There we go. Sorry. All right, so now each of you will just go ahead and start at 9 plus whatever you're doing. So if you're attacking with a weapon, you'll add your weapon speed to your initiative, or if you're casting a spell, you'll add your casting time to your initiative. And I can help you locate those things if you want to find them, but Basically, you guys also start to sort of smell a different odor in the air, which smells a little bit more distinctly like rotting flesh. The closer and closer you're getting to this open chamber, just to kind of set the scene a little bit, you do still see bones scattered about, but not stacks of them or any ornamental huts or anything like what you saw when you entered. It seemed like that was where the majority of the bones were stacked.
About dwarven bones.
Good question. The bones that the skulls that you saw, in your opinion, most of them, if not all of them, seem to be dwarven.
Oh well.
Mm.
Now we know where his compatriots went.
Oh God.
Um,
They could be.
I
it could be
think
any dwarf from
went
any
nowhere.
time.
They stayed in the same place.
I'll
Just
leave
a
that
little
to
bit.
you to decide. But the first act. Let's see. Is this It's not in order. Jeez. Let's see. Ascending. The first to act is Lee. So Lee, let's have you take it away for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back from where I was, trying to block the hole with my shield, and go back and pick up my spear and my bucket off the ground and everything else that I had left around. I think my little magic light pebble
Hmm.
has found a home somewhere. I'm not completely sure, but
So where
I
where
think
where are you moving to?
I'm pretty much where I was when this whole thing started, when I saw the opening. Because I had dropped my stuff to
Okay.
stop the party.
Can you move your token to where you're talking about?
I think I did.
Okay. All right.
But I
And
mean, if you want me to go back a little more, that's fine.
no, I just wanted you to clarify and move your token where you were talking about. I thought you were thinking somewhere different. Um, so okay. And so you're doing what again in that position?
Picking things up off the ground, everything that I dropped when I saw the hole
Mm-hmm.
and grabbed Ervalor. I am, and
Okay.
I think my little pebble has found a home somewhere so that I can see.
All right. And are you able to see right now on the map?
Yeah, I'm seeing well.
Okay. All right. All right. So anything else from Lee? I think she's
I don't
good.
know. Can I move and pick up and then move more?
You can absolutely move more. If you want to move, I think the motion to pick up, it would take up half your motion. So whatever half your movement is, you're able to move.
All right.
Okay.
I think I've lost enough weight now that I don't have any water, that I'm moving much faster than what I was.
All right.
I'm dried up but moving fast.
All right. Let's go to Bart. You're up.
So Bart just gets his quarterstaff out, clenching it, slowly inching behind whoever is brave enough to go before him, as he is warily looking from side to side in the tunnel, making sure nothing else is crawling out of the other holes we see around us. But I don't think he's going to advance on his own
Okay. All right.
before anyone. So.
That leads us then to Ronnie.
Right. I think I will move a little.
Yeah, I think when you get like one step further, Ronnie, you should be able to see. I want to point out something you should be able to see clearly. You might even be able to see it from where you're at now, but if you take one step further on the map, I think I can point it out to you. So right where I'm pinging, you may see something sticking out of the wall there on the
Yeah,
map.
I see here.
Okay, that's where the noise is coming from that you distinctly heard. You of everyone else thought for sure was an insect, and that's another hole similar in shape that it's standing in, that you believe it's standing in, but you heard the sound coming from that room or area.
Okay. I will keep some distance from the hole, but I will look inside.
Yeah. So.
Mid inside.
All right. So yeah, you look inside of the hole, and you can see, just from the edge of the hole, that there is something filling this hole that looks to be what is a large looking grub, worm-like creature with tentacles and hair on it. I think this is just worthy of just go ahead and splashing that straight up on the screen, because
that's right.
Nate called his shot.
Yes.
The ranger knows.
The ranger knew immediately what it was. Actually, probably dreamt about it. And so that you've confirmed it. You've now laid eyes on it. You see this thing in its hole. You don't know if it sees you or not, but it's not doing anything, and you have a clear shot at it from that position, from anywhere in front of this hole. You can have a straight line shot against it.
Backstab that son of a bitch.
Shot. Come on, dice. Where is it?
It should be next to your weapon. It's like a. It
No,
looks like a
I
little.
clicked it. It's taking a long time to appear on the chat. I already clicked. Maybe I'll try the
If you want to just do the.
old way.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
Ah,
Oh,
Do
dear.
you want to use a astonishing
Yeah.
fortune here? All
I
right.
will.
Okay, so you're the tracker now of astonishing fortune. You guys have 4 left. You can go ahead and re-roll that.
Okay, already did. It took so long. It could be a net 20, no, not a net 1.
Let's hope it's taking its time, isn't it?
It's coming. Yeah, I don't know why.
I hope that they're
Maybe
not all that.
refresh
Sure.
reload the roll 20. I'll do that. That was the one I roll.
Did you
to test.
roll a 1 and a 1? That's wow. That is. Did that really
Oh.
happen?
Very.
It was inevitable to roll a 1. Thanks, Roll20.
So you're saying right now, basically, you've already clicked it that it's gonna attack again. We're just waiting on it, and it's gonna attack again.
I don't know why it's
As far
taking
as roll
so
20.
long.
Yeah, so there's the second
Okay,
time you clicked
okay.
it. That was the one
Yeah.
that was the re-attack, basically, roll, because the first time we
Yeah.
didn't. But yeah,
Okay.
you rolled 1s and 2 1s, which is hilarious. Okay, so AC 6 is actually a hit in this situation, because you have a couple of bonuses working in your favor right now, and so you're able to strike this thing. Go ahead and do
Okay.
your damage.
I already did because it's taking so long. I roll in advance.
Oh, okay. No worries. We'll let that. We'll.
5.
We'll. All right. Perfect. I'm gonna. Yeah. I'll track it here.
I will reload the roll 20.
Okay.
So not
Does
immediately.
Let's see.
does rate of fire apply here? I don't know, because you moved, so I don't know if that also. But it's usually 2-1 with a short bow, right?
Yeah, you would get a second attack. You just add 10. So I can add another turn for Urani, and you can get at 26. You can at the end of the turn you can take your second shot,
Oh, okay.
Did he get a
and you get one as well,
backstab
right?
attempt?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I would.
He wasn't though.
Oh, okay.
So you would have one too at 26. Okay. All right, we'll move to you, Everlore.
Cool. All right, so I am going to step out, and I'll get ahead of Ronnie a little bit.
You see this on the far side of the room. There's a small protruding
Yeah,
thing on the map that that's the head of or a body of this large, what appears to be, again, this is like a 2-foot diameter hole, and this thing seems to fill about 80% of that hole as it sits in there. You know, you suspect that it is still at this point, it just, you know, reacting to, or has not reacted to yet, the shot that just struck it. So you see a small
Well.
bolt sticking from it.
I'm gonna make it react some more. Or try to get it to react some more. So.
Okay.
Did I roll?
Oh, I guess it's just roll 20 this evening, huh?
Well, okay, so that's the thing. Does it usually
I'm
ask
happy
you?
it's just not just me.
Well, does it ask for a modifier like when you do? I don't think it does, right?
It
Like, so
usually
when I do,
asks me.
I don't think it
yeah,
has like a pop-up window, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does it? Okay. So maybe if you've
for
got
Taco,
something else
I'll try.
open. Yeah.
I'll try one more time. Actually, I have two roll 20 windows open. I'm just making sure that neither of them.
I blame you,
No.
20.
Yeah, but
Okay, let me try again. Just make sure that
I wonder if I can share the
if I end up rolling twice, we'll just take first one, I guess. Why? Oh, okay, I've clicked it twice, and yeah, nothing.
All right.
But
Yeah, it's roll 20 then. So we'll let's see what happens, I guess. Chris, you can roll initiative now. And then both Ronnie and Everlore will get a second attack too that you guys still need to roll for, and we're just on this delay, so we'll see what happens with those attacks as well. But Kurza can get himself in on the initiative for round 2 here if you want to roll.
You
I'll
guys attacking anyways.
What's all the fuss about?
I don't see nothing out there. Wait. So where's initiative? There it is. See, mine's showing up right away, which is interesting.
Yeah, if you guys who were waiting on the character sheet, just use the die roller. And
yeah,
and we'll manually kind of check it, because if we wait on it. Oh, did you roll a okay, you rolled a bad initiative.
I'm not seeing any rolls since Ronnie's damage. I don't, or other rolls showing up in the. Oh well, a bunch of stuff came
I
in.
roll really fast now, but I did not use
You use the die roller
character
instead
sheet.
of the sheet, so that might be
I
where.
think I hit.
Okay,
I saw.
Then
you would hit.
Yeah.
You would have hit there, Ronnie. Yep. Go ahead and you can roll.
really fast, really fast.
Yeah, just use the die roller. It looks like our sheets are failing us. So
Okay.
solid
I
hit
like the
though.
die rolling better.
All right.
18 and 6.
Got it. Got it. So you definitely have hit it now twice with back-to-back quick shots. You've had the advantage of surprise. You did max damage on this last shot. Ervalor has stepped in between those shots and is taking his own shots.
Retroactively.
Yeah, exactly. He's inserting alternate shots between your two shots.
Yeah. It's
His
like
bowstring is a little clumsy.
And the first one he
no.
missed on, but the
For
second
sure.
one, we're waiting.
The second one.
Wait
Come
for
on,
it.
there,
Oh!
Oh!
Oh
How
my
much
goodness.
astonishing portion left?
You have 4.
4? I'm doing it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Go for it.
ugh,
Well, it's not a fumble, so
at least it's not a fumble.
that was good.
Yeah.
You missed though on your 2 shots, but you did get to see firsthand Ronnie's trigger work, and so
Yeah, really.
that brings
So,
us to the end of the round, and then we'll start the second round. I'm gonna reshuffle the order here. So this thing has become disturbed, and it has now been rattled loose from its den. Stepping forward, you guys see what looks like to be a. I'm gonna make it bigger here for fun.
yeah.
It is a 9-foot long,
Oh God.
approximately grub-like looking worm that now has 2 bolts inserted near its head, and it looks as if it's coming out with some urgency, looking for what just shot it, and it's turned itself in your general direction, is approaching Ervalor and taking
Lovely.
an attack. So I'm gonna roll it out loud just because that is fun, and why not? It missed you. So its attacks that it gets, it has these tentacles that come from the front of it that are these 2-foot long, sticky tentacles, and it's swinging these tentacles at you, kind of like this, and so it gets multiple attacks with these tentacles, and the first one has missed you.
I remember what these things do. This is the first encounter I can remember.
And it misses with the second tentacle. It is still kind of, only consumed with you at the
Works
moment, and it is
very
going to
close
have.
target.
It gets one more attack, so it's going to take the third tentacle attack on you, and it's
Oh my
rolling
God.
terribly. So you're dodging all of these sticky, effects of this. You can see the secretion on these tentacles. You can see them dripping, and this thing's mouth oozing, and so you're like dodging right now, very nimbly, and predicting all these shots, and it goes to Lee. You're able to see that. You certainly would have seen um, this thing coming at your party.
This thing's up here where I'm pinging.
Yeah, let me see your screen. Okay, you don't have. Let me extend your light. Sorry, Brian.
No, I mean that would be. I'm gonna start moving up.
Yeah, no, you've got greater light distance now from the magic that you're carrying, so you should be able to see it now. There you go.
All right, so let's see. Where was I? That was. Was I behind Bart just now? I think I was.
You were right in front of me.
Okay, so that's. Are these 10-foot squares?
5 foot.
So I move 10, 20.
Oh, this is an old wound. This is an old wound.
What's the thing, like the racial animosity thing Rangers have? Like where they say like goblins that get like bonuses and 3.5.
Yeah.
I actually have that for the thing. I hate them.
That's pretty good.
This kind of thing in second edition too.
That's.
You have to choose your enemy second level.
I think you pick it at second level, what your
Yeah.
chosen enemy is. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Does that look like 10 feet away?
Yeah. Yep.
That's close enough for a spear.
It certainly is. Yeah. You can try to put it in between Ronnie's shots.
Yeah, well, this isn't a good idea. We'll see if I can do this. Come on. Come on. Here we go. AC4.
Ooh.
That is What are you aiming at? His head or his body?
Whatever's 10 feet away, so I don't have to be right on top of him.
Then you can hit his body.
Yeah, I'll stab at him.
You got it.
All right.
You hit.
Oh wait, I would have moved, and then spear would have been 6, so I wouldn't have gone yet. I would have been way above that at like 15 or whatever.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you didn't go ahead and add your speed in, and I'll reshuffle you, and we'll count your attack. But you can roll your damage, and we'll just count it when it gets there.
Sure.
It'll actually change. It'll change here in a second anyway. So I'll just.
Is 9
yeah.
feet long creature considered a large? Because I get a better dice against large.
Yes, it is. It is a large creature.
Oh, yes.
Woo! Look at me go.
Yeah. So those of you who have a higher die, yeah, good call.
That's such a cool thing about second edition. I love that. I don't know why they got rid of that. Well, I guess it's complicated. But...
Yeah, it's cool because it makes your damage scale to the creature,
Yeah.
which
Mhm.
is helpful. 2 damage. Okay. Got it.
Especially if you are using the two-handed sword.
Oh yeah, you get a bunch more. It's like 3d6 or something you get for the
3d6.
yeah.
My
All right.
character's going to say we should really think about not doing this.
You're gonna say that in 2 more ticks. You're not gonna say that yet. So Bart doesn't know that. Bart has no idea. Go ahead, Bart.
Bart's probably just gonna come up here behind Ronnie with his quarterstaff in tow. Again, looking around, not wanting to get too close to this thing. But reserving perhaps an action if he needs to step in to administer aid to someone.
So you could have gone early. If you're not casting or attacking, we can
Right.
set you. You know, we don't. Your initiative wouldn't be modified. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
no worries. Okay, so you're basically just kind of keeping an eye on the group, but staying behind the group, not trying to push yourself out in front wisely, and you're armed and ready to go. So, all right. Any
Yes.
spells or anything like that you were wanting to cast, or?
I don't think this creature will listen to my commands. So
Okay. All right, then that brings us to Kurza. He's ready. There, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Let's try that. I guess I still have a handful of rocks in my hand, so I'll just kind of pitch it at it to try and distract it.
All right, you're trying to throw rocks at it.
Yeah.
Is it the? Okay, it's just a regular rock. Sure.
Yeah.
You can roll a if you'd like. Just roll a d20 to see if you can hit the thing. I'll kind of give you a opportunity to do a minor damage to it.
Let's see. Maybe not. It's not a dagger. I just kind of rolled the thing, but
Okay, so you basically sail a rock over this thing, and doesn't seem to notice or catch its attention, and fortunately doesn't hit any of your party members either. But anything else that you're wanting to do preparation wise? Okay. All right, then that is Ervalor's turn to return attack.
Yeah, I'm actually using swords now. That bumps me up in initiative, but I'll change that for
Okay, we'll
next go around.
we're gonna reset it here in a sec.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, well then I am attacking it with my well, long sword and short sword. So, but I'm rolling. So, okay, Thaco 19. Sorry. So first long sword.
So, do you
Yeah.
have? I don't know how this works specifically. If you're switching weapons to your sword from your ranged attack, you
Oh,
know.
I am. Okay, yes. So I am dropping my bow and drawing my swords. If I need
Okay.
to if I
Yeah.
need to attack next turn, then
Okay.
that's okay.
Okay.
I kind of thought that I might have done that when he started like closing in, but if that's not enough time,
No, you
that's fine.
can. You can. I just wanted to
Okay.
make sure that, like,
Yeah.
if you're dropping it and you're not trying to
I'm
stow
dropping.
it, then you're good. You're
No,
good. Yeah.
no, no. Yeah. No, I would have drawn it as he approached. All right. So I assume that is a miss with my longsword and hey,
Oh, that's a hit.
that's a hit. Okay, so sorry, I have to go back and forth. So short sword verse. Oh, is there no? Okay, 1d8 versus large. So okay. So
4 damage. Okay.
Mhm.
So tell us about tell us about this move where you've dropped your weapon and pulled out your weapons and
Oh
sliced this
yeah,
thing.
so I mean my bow goes, just like slams to the ground and echoes off the cave walls, and I've got my swords out and just, miss one, but then another swipe, and I just, I nick it really good, and I guess like, there's this deep scar and like green ooze, I guess, pouring out, like kind of like the splash, like, but it's not like a fatal wound or anything. It's just a gash I put in him.
And I would think like almost like a real light shriek that the carrion would make. Not like piercing
Yeah,
loud, but like a light shriek that you would
yeah,
hear because you definitely connected well.
yes.
All right.
Take that. It's for my fallen allies in a former life. Anyway,
This is like like
yes,
a eternal beef.
yes, yes.
So Ronnie, you swung. Is that your role?
Yeah.
Are you were just doing another bolt attack with it? Okay. Um, and then I think you guys both get a second attack now, so you guys could both roll again, and then we'll reset the initiative order. We'll have you guys re-roll group initiative. That is a miss.
Oh wait, second attack. That would be with a ranged weapon, right?
Oh,
Which I
yeah,
am not using.
yep.
Okay, so I'm good.
All right. So let me go ahead and pull that, and then I'll have. I don't know how we reset these. Just gotta clear the list. All right. Whoever wants to go ahead and roll the group initiative, we're gonna set a new order for this round. This thing is, yeah, now at this point, it's got several wounds. It is oozing this green, slime. And there you go. So you got 5 for your group initiative. So everybody just go ahead and fill yourself in for that. I'm gonna roll initiative for our friend. He's going at a 5 as well. And need just Bart and Kurza to do yours. So just to read you guys a little bit about it too. So the monster's head is covered in a tough hide, and it sprouts 8 slender, writhing tentacles. Um, it's got a fetid odor, which sort of gives a warning of its approach. That's sort of that rotting smell that you smelled earlier. That you could detect it, and it's got these tentacles again that have this sticky substance on them that have sort of hairs off of them. So it kind of looks like they call it a cutworm, a cross between a green cutworm and a cephalopod. So just a totally classic creature. All right, everybody's in. Let the fighting begin. And the crawler is going first. So the crawler is stepping forward here. It is going to get attacks based on the number of tentacles that it has. So I'm going to give it a random determination this round. It's only going to get 2 attacks. And it's fumbled one of those attacks. So the crawler has essentially kind of sprung out and tried to attack both of Lee and Ervalor at the same time. And in doing so, has kind of twisted itself in a direction where it's lost its balance on its front section. And so Roll20 has your guys back tonight. I really wanted to see this thing connect at one point, but no, I'm just kidding. Your turn, Bart.
Yeah, I think Bart's probably gonna shimmy along the wall to try and get to the side of this creature and maybe lash out at its belly with his staff. Well, it's not a wall over here, but
Yeah, you can pass through
yeah.
where your party are. Yep.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and he'll take a swipe at it. Should I dare try the attack on the character sheet, or?
You could if you'd like to try it. Oh
Jeez.
no, maybe you shouldn't have. Maybe you shouldn't have.
Maybe
I don't
you
know.
tanked it a little earlier.
Oh, you know what? I
Still
rolled
got
the
3 left.
that's a D6. I rolled damage, not attack.
You did roll damage. That's true.
Oh, you did. You did.
You had a
roll.
1 in 6 chance.
Okay.
Whereas-
That
okay,
isn't so cursed then.
I hit the wrong one. Sorry about that.
Right on the
It's
field.
all right. But you did it again.
Oh god.
You did it with a D20. It was cursed. Cursed.
Wow.
Here's an astonishing fortune.
3
and
astonishing fortune left.
again,
You do have 3 left.
Yeah.
Lyra's day off.
I'll use one. So I don't think I've used one in quite a while. So we'll give it one more try.
And yeah, go for it. Oh, and unfortunately that misses. That misses his body. So let's go ahead then. I think to Kurza. You are up. And just to put it out there, I don't know if anybody has a hard stop at 11 or if we could go a little bit past. I'll try to be respectful of the cutoff, but I want to get you to a certain point. So if anyone has any flexibility or doesn't have it, just let me know.
I'm cool.
I've got a little bit. I can't stay too much longer just because of work in the morning. But
yep, I understand.
Yeah.
If 15 to 20 minutes is in range, then
Oh.
that's all I'm asking for.
oh, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
here's another
Up
rock.
to you, Errol. You have to kill this beast.
Ah, right. Yeah, you guys. Of course, because I've been so useful tonight.
That
yeah.
is another miss
On something.
with the rock. That's a wild miss. Your pitching is out of form right now, Kurza. You need to get back into spring training here.
I need to go, you know.
All right, then
I think
Ervalor's
I will
up.
teach Errol to use
All
this
right.
link.
All right. Let's see. I am going to slash him with my longsword. I am using the character sheet, and apparently it's not working for me. So, unless it.
Yeah, it's
All right.
like just trapped in there somewhere in the Roll20
We'll call this official. Ugh.
back channel. Oh,
Roll 20 works in mysterious ways, like Lyra.
Tonight it has been brutal. It has been very
Yeah.
brutal. All right. So that brings us to Lee.
Oh wait, well that was one attack. Could I?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Go
Sportsman.
for it.
Ah!
No way. 2 6s in a row. This is unreal. Seems like the random algorithm is even more whacked than normal tonight.
Like normal dice.
Thought
Yeah.
it was Lyra's day off, but I think it's the opposite. It's Lyra's work. All this is
Can
Lyra's
I
work.
That's true. You're in a weird place. That's true. Go ahead. Go ahead, Lee. Brian.
Can I move back without getting this thing on me?
If you want to, pull back and disengage from it, you're able to do that.
Well, if I move back behind Ervalor, can I still try to spear it with my spear from behind?
You can.
Rank?
Yeah, you can do that attack you had done before. That reach attack.
Good. Move aside, Ronnie.
I'll move back.
Stab. Go ahead. You can move and attack. You're able to move half your movement, so that's
Just don't fumble.
As
Yeah.
long as I'm
For Ronnie's sake.
within 10 feet of it, it looks like I am.
You are.
Should be able to do my little thing
Mhm.
with the captured spear.
I don't know if your sheet's gonna work though. It's sort of. Oh no. Miss.
It's working for everybody else. Huh.
All right. That brings us to Ronnie.
Let's see. Nope.
Yep, we hear you.
May I shot the second one right now, or I have to wait?
No, go ahead. You can shoot it right now. I didn't even add your second one. Yeah. Oh
Hmm.
man,
Better.
dude, there's not been a roll above a 10 in about 8 rolls, 10, in a row here. Wow, that is classic roll 20. Okay. So that is the end of that round. You guys can go ahead and re-roll group initiative. I'll re-roll initiative for the crawler. He's going on a 4. And this round he's gonna get this many attacks. 1 attack. Wow.
That's definite. Thanks, roll 20.
It goes both ways. Goes both ways.
I like that
It does
you
go
roll on
first.
low on that 1d8, DM Jamie.
So everyone just adjust from the group initiative number of 8, whatever you're doing, if you're casting or attacking, and give it a few seconds, and then I'll just go ahead and reascend it. I may have done it. There we go. So the crawler goes first, but he only gets 1 attack. That's crazy. He is, I think, again, still focused on Ervalor. He has not yet hit him, but he is the closest one. And look what he rolled. This is insane. Like this is another level for roll 20.
The higher number you got is 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah, it's been a lot of rolls since anything above an 8 from what I'm seeing on the log here. So yeah, so the crawler's in the same darkness you are, and in the same mysterious place, and it is not landing true right now. So it has missed you with its tentacle. It's only kind of able to even get itself into a position that it could get 1 tentacle attack off. So it is now to Bart.
Bart's gonna try and
Finish it.
crush it with his stick one more time.
Hell yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
Nope, no
An 8.
one can break through the 8. Who's gonna be the one? All right,
Oh God.
Kurza, can you
James,
throw a rock?
If you lose the next one, we will let you use
I'll
one
move up a little closer and we'll just kind of whack it with a stick like everybody else.
Oh, you're getting in there. Okay, you're getting in there you want to miss at close range. I get you. I'm kidding.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is insane. Okay. So the weighted die are messing with all of us, but it's like
Right.
it must look very amateur, like to anyone else, that even to someone that knew you guys, and if they saw you right now, they must think this looks very amateur. But it's a
I
I
think
go ahead.
it's a matter of point of view. If we were playing D20, we are hitting the creature all the time.
Mm. Well,
It's a matter of edition. We are
yeah,
playing the wrong
yeah. No,
edition.
you're right. You're right. That the other thing, sort of in the narrative, is that you might even be hitting it, but you're not really damaging it. You might be
That's true.
glancing blows.
Mhm.
Honestly, in a way, I would prefer to think of this scene as being a very even match. That number one, you surprised it and stuck 2 bolts in its head, so that kind of started the whole matchup in your favor. But at the same time, you know everybody's kind of come into the combat in a different way and is feeling out the battle. So I think it's great that it's an epic one, to be honest.
It is.
It's a nice,
Not
yeah,
blind people
nice
trying
save
to attack
on that.
blind creatures.
Ronnie, you're up, I believe. Actually, for some reason, Ronnie, you got in front of these guys. It's Ervalor. Grab.
Sure. All right. Attacking with my longsword.
If you're gonna
Oh wait.
break
Oh wait.
through,
That's good.
then
Yeah.
you're gonna break
Way to go.
through. That is
Hey, that's it.
wonderful.
Right.
That's a crit, right?
Crit. That's a crit.
And how do crits work? You roll twice.
You can go to the macro tab, and there is a table for a critical hit. If you hit the roll button,
Okay.
it'll roll your outcome, and there's a lot of outcomes that are better than just times 2.
Okay.
So
Okay. Let me see. I think I rolled it. So
okay, so in this case, you only did one times the damage, but you
okay.
caused a wound that's gonna cause persistent damage of 1d6. So I'll let you roll the 1d6, and at the end of each turn,
Turn or per round?
it's gonna
Okay.
take. Yeah, at the end
Does
of
he also
the round.
take the weapon damage
Mm-hmm. Yep.
that he would take? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
plus
So
the
plus the
1d6 of
okay.
wound damage that he'll take at the end of the round.
Okay. Cool.
Now, DM Jamie, because this could be used on us sometime. It does say turn, not round.
Or I'm sorry, I'm saying turn, but I'm meaning round.
No, but it's written as turn.
So when it gets back to his turn is when he would take it. So it's once per
Well, I hope
round.
I never get hit with that.
Yeah. So basically, when it comes back to Everlor's turn again, you're gonna do another 4 damage to it. So you essentially at this point notice that this thing is in very rough shape. It is not as formidable as it once looked. It's got a lot of ooze coming out of it. It's got a lot of gashes and bruises and things now that you guys have just bestowed upon it. So that was a good hit though, and a great break of the horrible rolls that Roll20 were giving us.
I have another attack.
Go for it. Let's
That
hope
was
you do it again. You may be
I
able
mean,
to down this
I
thing
didn't
with
want to
another
say
one of
it, but
those.
Yeah.
What are you aiming for, the head or the body?
oh man, I don't want to use my meta knowledge. Um, I I'm no, I'll aim for the body.
Hit. Then go ahead and roll damage.
So that is a
Kill the bugger.
4 damage. All right. It is still with us, but it is not
limping.
looking good.
All right.
All right. Lee, your turn.
Stabbing from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Oh, -2. Just sucks so bad. Yep.
That is a miss. Do you want to move or anything? You can move half your movement still if you want. Or
I'm quite comfortable behind whomever.
you are well protected. So, all right. Ronnie.
My cat is attacking me.
Oh no, you are getting the tail end of it.
I see a cat.
Always. No. The other one. Let's see. Nope.
Miss. All right. It's
Getting
crazy.
closer.
Yeah, we're kind of getting there. And that is the end of the round. So whoever wants to go ahead and roll initiative again, I'll roll for the beast. He is going late.
Somebody else want to roll initiative? I can, but I've done it the last 3 times, so cool.
Yeah, we beat him by 1.
We beat him. That's the important part.
No doubt.
15.
You guys have done a number to it, and it is really rolled terribly.
This is kind of unbelievable because
Yeah, it's.
if they hit you, it's not good.
I am so shocked. Yeah, it is rolled awful. Okay, so it's gonna attack. It's got its last legs. It's got 4 attacks though. So it's moving in this direction. It is spreading
No.
these attacks across the front line here. So I'm gonna give these 4 attacks. I'm gonna give 2 to Ervalor, 1 to Bart, 1 to Kurza, and in that order. So I'm gonna roll 4 d20. And it'll be in that order. So it's first 2 are for Ervalor, the third one is for Bart, and the last one is for Kurza. And it looks like Ervalor was missed. But this thing's what's your AC, Bart? You're pretty high.
My AC is no.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I was
It's
afraid of that.
10, yeah.
Okay, so he would hit you, and Kurza, you are. He rolled a 16
Pathetic
to
armor
hit you.
class.
Yeah, so he's got you as well. All right, so his damage, let's see. All right, so first, let me have you both go ahead and make a savings throw against paralyzation.
Great.
That's their thing.
Where do we do that?
Yeah.
Paralyzation.
Shoot.
This is how it starts.
Oh, there it is.
This is the slippery slope
Yeah.
to a TPK. No, you guys have battered this
No,
thing.
yeah.
Fortunately,
There's
you
a
are.
boy.
That's a
Which
fail.
tab is it under?
It's under.
On info, details.
I thought it was.
Info tracker.
Ah, there it is. All right.
It's crazy that
All
you
right.
can find your way
There
through
we
the
go.
sheet sometimes. Perfect. Okay, so Bart, you feel this tentacle strike you. It sort of rubs across your arm. You feel this strange numbness start to kind of settle in, but as it lashes off of you, the numbness goes away pretty quickly, and you're not affected. But Kurza, as it strikes you, that numbness kind of hits you more like a lightning bolt, where it feels like it just goes through your nerves so fast, and you are completely still. You are lucid and aware of what's going on, but your body is absolutely out of your control, stone cold still. So you're standing, staring at this thing, and again, it's sort of lashing out desperately. swinging at all three of you, kind of swinging its head in desperation as it knows it's nearing its last kind of legs.
That's where it takes the bleed damage.
It will.
Yes.
It will when it gets here to Ervalor's turn. Yeah, good
Oh,
call.
okay.
Yep. So that takes us to Bart. You are not
Yeah.
paralyzed.
I'm gonna shake it off and looking dead. And I don't know. Does he have eyes? Does he have, like, beady eyes, or?
I'm sorry. Each of you take 1 damage,
Oh.
one point of damage with the hit.
Okay.
So.
And Bart's rolling his staff again, still failing it.
Misses him. Kurza is paralyzed at the moment. I think
Decide not to attack. Yes.
you won't you won't get any real chance to do anything here, I don't think. So
I miss.
we'll move to Ervalor.
Or he takes his damage now, right?
At the end of your turn here.
D6?
Yeah.
At the end? Okay.
Yep. So you can like attack them, and then we'll add your
Sure.
D4.
Longsword? Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. So you're right on the cusp here. If you roll anything higher than a or 3 or higher for damage, along with the damage that your persistent is about to do, you're gonna drop it. So there it is.
Oh.
Tell us how you finish. This is so poetic, Ervalor.
Oh, I mean, I fucking yeah, it is poetic for me personally. Maybe not for Overlord, but I mean, no, I think I cut the thing in half. I mean, like completely. Like, well, I don't know how squishy it is, but if it's squishy enough on the inside, yeah, I mean, like a worm, just like
Yeah.
bisect that fucker, and green ooze is pouring out of both ends.
Yeah, I just imagine this thing just splattering in 2 pieces, and both pieces still kind of writhing, but it's losing its life force, and there's just this pool of oozy green goo beneath it, and so as that happens, Kurza, you feel the numbness begin to dissipate from your body, and you're able to move yourself again. Within a few moments of the carry-on being struck down, which you got to watch. So
Cool.
there you go. You guys are standing over the carcass of a 9-foot-long carrion crawler. Well done. That was pretty amazing. I had no idea really where that was going to go. And Roll20 really left its mark on that, like it should. So I'll give you guys again. We'll go here for like another 10 minutes. I've got a good stopping point coming up, but I'm going to give you guys a chance to respond or react after the battle here. So we're out of turns here. I'll close the turn order. And this thing is deceased. What would you like to do?
Well, my character does that little thing that the little dance that she does when we win a fight. Yay, we won! Yay!
Hey, Ervalor, do you know if this thing comes in groups or it's a loner?
I actually, Airvalor would have no idea. Airvalor is not from
What?
this because I'm from the surface. But no, but I am worried that there might be more, or that there might be youngling around. So I don't like this. I don't think we should stay. As I wipe like green
Yeah.
goo off
I
myself.
think we should check the creature's lair.
Oh, absolutely. I wasn't saying I'm
So-
not crazy. I'm just saying we should be fast.
So you guys
Yeah.
are able to look around the inn here, and throughout this battle, or as the battle settles down, you just to kind of recap, you have 3 openings that are apparent to you. The one that you first passed, there's another one here to the left of the crawler, and then one that the crawler came from originally. As you look through the room, you don't see any more of those holes that are apparent to you. but you do see that the room continues southward in this direction. You can look down in this direction and see that it goes further down. There's actually what look to be more like formed steps in this next little section going in the south. So that's sort of your current surrounding. You know, the cavern itself is now yours to explore.
Well, I think,
Anything visible down the
take a look
holes?
inside the tunnels, inside the creatures.
So which tunnel do you all want to look at first, and who's going to
That-
look at the tunnel? Okay,
Oh,
the
yeah.
one it came from. All right, yeah. So you're going to check that out, Ronnie, or someone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
All right. So you go ahead through that hole, and you know you can see where this thing was laid, and you can see close by that it's only like about 30 feet deep, and close by there's a small area where you actually see some crawler eggs attached to the wall. Beneath it, you see a bunch of bones and debris. Mixed into the debris, you see some coinage, and you see a couple of shiny other objects kind of mixed into the dirt and debris.
Guys, I found some eggs. Just some eggs. Nothing else.
Crush them.
Finish 'em.
Are you hungry?
We're
Do you
not
need
taking
breakfast?
any as pets. Destroy them.
It can be your animal companion.
Ugh.
No,
You
I'm
should
good.
open the beast.
I'll pass.
That would be a different. That would be tough to
I was a
travel with.
necromancer.
Yeah.
You the beast.
It would make an interesting familiar if I was a necromancer.
It would.
Hey Jamie, I will
Alright.
check
So
the shiny things.
okay, yeah. You start to kind of pour through this stuff and sift out the keepable items. And so I'll read this out to whoever's scribing. You find 17 gold.
Okay.
You find 46 silver.
Hmm.
You find a gem, a green gem. You find a short sword,
Oh,
and you find a what looks like a wand on closer inspection.
no. Nothing here, Cursor, nothing here.
I had I'm sorry, I got started writing halfway through. I had 14 gold, 47 silver. Is that right? Or did I get any of that?
17 gold.
17 gold.
17
gold. And 40 I forget silver now.
Okay.
44.
We'll call it 47. That's what I wrote down. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and a green gem and a short sword.
And a wand.
And a wand. That's important.
Yeah, I mean beyond that, you also see again that it looks like a lot of the bones and debris in here appear like they're like related to the dwarves. The skulls that you see look like they're the dwarven skulls. Some of the objects and things that you see seem like they fit the style of some of the ancient dwarven things that you've seen and the symbolism that you've seen. So again, you get the sense that it's fed on dwarves, and that's been the majority of its diet. So interestingly, you don't see Sahagin, or any remnants of Sahagin.
They may have been using the occasional dwarf as a bait to keep it busy while they walk past.
That's yeah. I think that
Yeah, I know.
what they do actually is that yeah. I think that
They
that's
were
what.
coming down here and coming
Yeah.
back up.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't just stop at the room that we were in. I've got to assume that they'd
Feed them. Yeah.
yeah, something.
Yeah, I'm moving the dwarves down, in the room with you, so don't be alarmed. Yeah, there they are.
How do they react?
So the crawler is not something that they would have been familiar with, being seafaring dwarves. This is sort of, even for you guys, you think it's odd that they're not that comfortable being underground. And so they're better. They're certainly both mobile, and following you around. They're not participating in the battle much, probably wisely, but they don't seem to you like. I think the thing that sticks out the most is that most dwarves have some underground sense and skill, and these two dwarves are like no other dwarf you've seen before that seem completely out of place underground. So they're so, but at the same time they're enamored. They feel, you can tell that they are intensely curious about where you're at right now. They've not set foot further or deeper than where you're at, so you're taking them to a place they only dreamed of being. So you definitely get that sense. And with that, you see this southern descent ahead of you here. I'm gonna hopefully reveal it if I can. Is that appearing for you all or anyone on the screen? Can you see down this southern corridor? No, doesn't look like you can. Okay. Go to this layer. Well, I know what I'll do. I'll just move you.
Yeah, if we move forward.
Yeah. So if you guys come forward to the edge of this southern portion of the room, and you step across that boundary, I don't know if you can. I'll move you across it.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay.
get beyond a wall or something.
Good. All right.
Sorry.
No, that's good. I gated you guys there. So now you should be able to at least see that there's a hallway coming south. And then if you continue to follow it, is there anything anybody wants to be doing at this point differently or from a precaution standpoint?
I think Bart might want to cast another Cure Light on himself, actually, before going much further.
My character would like to cast a spell too, but we're kind of at the end, and I know folks have lives, so.
Well, go ahead and you can roll your you can roll your D8, Bart. Oh goodness, unbelievable!
It's telling me to go to. It's telling me to go to bed. I think is what it
You're
is.
like not.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're just not in the healing mood.
Oh,
Is
wow.
basically what it's
That's-
about. But I'm gonna kind of fast forward you guys here because I think we're at stopping point anyway. I'm gonna pull you down to the bottom of the steps. Let me just grab the whole group, and I'm gonna pull you into this room. So you guys should be seeing basically some figures here. So you turn a corner and you look ahead, and as you do that, Ursake and Jaitu walk in front of you, and you can just see their faces are struck by what look like statues, dwarven statues that are standing in front of you in the room ahead of you. And I'm gonna take you guys to that map, or to a different screen real quick to give you a sense of what you're looking at. And this is
I don't wanna see. I don't wanna go. I will go home now.
Oh my.
So you guys turn into what now is like this rough cavern, and it now turns into what looks to be a very formed, well-shaped cavern. And in front of you, you see 4 dwarven statues, right? They're all in motion, look like they have been, battling something and frozen in that position. And so the Ursake and Jaitu are both disturbed by the scene of it. They immediately think that something terrible has happened, and they walk right into the room, looking at them. And so you guys sort of, after nothing terrible happens to them, you kind of like inch your way towards the opening and basically just notice this room with these 4 dwarven warriors apparently encased in stone. So that's where we're going to park it, and we'll leave it parked right here, and we'll pick up here in this room in our next session, and I will calculate our XP awards and post all of those, and we may have some dings again. And then I guess other than that, guys, any questions or anything that's lingering that anyone wants to resolve before we close the session today?
Not for me.
Okay.
Looking good.
Good deal. It's glad to see everybody. I know it's been a minute, and if you can, just let me know if you're not going to be here. That's probably the most important thing. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that we're solid and ready to go, and I'm excited to have a regular group like this. This is fantastic. So hit me up on Discord if you need anything. But thanks, guys. Have a good couple weeks, and we'll see you next time around.
All right.
Right.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
See you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Yep. Take care. We'll see you. Thanks for staying a little late.